So one of the reasons that we are bringing on young entrepreneurs on to work with the coach is to showcase these people who are up and coming, who come from neighborhoods that aren't tended to the way that they should be tended to, and kids who go to high schools that don't get the recognition and they don't get the credit that they deserve. So we want to bring more attention to all of these amazing young men that are overlooked every day, that are judged and that are put in certain boxes by other people, thinking that everyone growing up in this area might be a bad person or might be up to no good or might not have love and compassion and goals. But that's the complete opposite. Most of the kids that I run into at these high schools that are mostly minorities are goal-oriented. They're amazing kids, and they're all about helping each other out and networking and building and pushing each other to the next level. So what you need to stop doing is judging books by their cover and start actually opening them up and reading them, and I guarantee you that you'll find a lot more than you thought you'd find. First question is, what was your childhood like? Describe moments that shaped you into the person that you are today.
My childhood was it was revolved around a lot of examples. I felt like growing up, how I grew up was beneficial to me because I didn't just have it all good. Like, I had it to where I knew what not to do instead of just knowing how to do everything right. So I had to just figure what to do right off of what I knew was wrong. So basically, because I grew up with a lot of family, I had 3 cousins, I had a brother, we all grew up together and stuff, and then just people make bad decisions, and I'm looking at it, because I'm the youngest, so I'm looking at them, and it's just okay, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. And a lot of their decisions led them to jail. Like my brother, my cousin, they died from the decisions that they made, and it's harsh, but it's it helped shape me into a person that I am today, to know what's wrong, what's right, and just certain things that take you. Like in my neighborhood, gangbanging is popular. So back when I was around my brother and cousin and seeing them do it, it was cool, but I always knew this is weird, this is wrong. And now that they're gone and I see other people doing it in high school, I'd be yeah, it might be fun, but I already know that leads to, so it's nothing that I'd be well, we tight things. Nah, I already know what that leads to, so I just be bump that, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel that for real. And I know that you've overcame certain things, because when I first met you at Crenshaw High School, one of the things that you said is when you were younger, you had problems with your speech, with your stutter.
Right.
And now when I hear you talk, I would never know that. So for anyone out there going through situations like that in life, how did you overcome that? How did you work on that? How did you not get discouraged and just continue and just know that anything that you set your mind to, you can work on and make it better?
Well, for my speech, man, that was big in my life, really, because I'm 19, I graduated at 19, my speech held me back in 2nd grade to where I couldn't go to the next grade because the teachers thought I wasn't learning because I wasn't speaking. It wasn't that I didn't know things, I just didn't want to speak because I knew I was stuttering. Yeah. And it took me a while to just fight through my speech. Is just whenever I had something to say, I would just not say it rather than fight through the stutter. But I learned to just fight through the stutter, and instead of it making me uncomfortable, I make other people uncomfortable because they see me struggling to say a word, and I'm just going through it, and then they're just laughing, and I'm just keep going through the conversation, and I'm just waiting for their response. And when they're done laughing, they look and they okay, you're serious? And it's yeah, I stuttered, but so what?
Yeah.
And that's how I got over that.
That's real. Because I know another person who went through that. One of my mentors, Steve Harvey, he said that was one of his biggest things that he had to overcome, because when he was younger, I think he was around 10, and he told his teacher that he wanted to be on TV. And And that teacher told him that there was no way possible that he would be on TV because he can't speak. He stuttered. And he overcame that, and now you can't turn on a TV without seeing his face. So I think people don't realize, like, if you weren't born with that, you know, I don't want to call it a problem, but if you weren't born with that, you know, thing like stopping you from becoming the best you don't understand how hard it is to overcome something like that, because like when I met you, I was like, I would have never known. So I think that to me was one of the most powerful things.
But then really, it's like a psychological thing, really, because it would be like, it's like it only comes when you have said something important.
Yeah.
Like if I have something important to you, I can say anything else. I can like turn around and like say what I have to say to you, but I can't look you in your face and say what I have to say. And I don't know why, but that's just how it is. And it's like my vocabulary, the things that I want to say for you to understand like perfectly, I wouldn't be able to say it. So I would have to dumb certain things down, like just for me to get it out. Then people would think I was like less intelligent because it's the way I spoke. But it's like I just can't say what I want to say because I just know I'm gonna stutter. Yeah. That's how it used to be.
That's crazy. That's dope that you figured it out. Did you have teachers, family members, or something that you just overcame? Is it something that you just did, or you have people
no, really
guiding you through it?
It's really like hereditary. Like a lot of my family stutters, so no one really have gotten through it except for a selected few. It's like me, my mom. It's just like really, it's nothing someone can teach you, because you have to get through it yourself. Really, it's like something you gotta fight through. You gotta, like me, I believe you have to keep talking for you to get over it. If you just like try to find ways to go through it and not like just fight it, then you're never gonna get over it, because you found ways to deal with it. You can't deal with it, you gotta get it straight on, I feel like. Exactly.
And as far as like high school, you went to Crenshaw High School. I want to know what was that like growing up, you know, in Crenshaw and going to high school there, because you know it's hard. Like I dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. So I think like growing up as a minority, and sometimes you might not have everything that you need at home, to mentally be able to go into class and actually do the work and actually study, because there's so much going on at home. Mom might not be there, dad might be in jail, power might be out, no telephone, you know, no air conditioning. Like there's just so many things that we go through living in poverty, things that I went through that's like, okay, I have no choice. I can't continue to go to school. It's either I go to school and I don't have any money, I can't eat, or I gotta go out and do what I gotta do so that I can eat. What was it like, you know what I'm saying, for you growing up in Crenshaw and just like overcoming all of that adversity?
Well, it's like just having like certain friends and people that you see doing good things pushes you, and like just having that backbone in your family. Like for me it was an auntie. It was like kind of like tough love, but like she really pushed me to do the right thing. And sometimes I was in fear, just being afraid of what she'd think of me or afraid of what she'd do. So I just had to do this. That's just what it was. You know, and then like I said, just the examples from my brother passing, my cousin passing, some of them in jail, just different things in life that you go through being around that area. It's just like, I'm just see what school give me. You know, I'm just go to school and just do the classwork, because while being at Crenshaw, there are people who are being set an example of people who don't go to class, and you see them getting arrested at school for fighting or just doing like dumb stuff that you see led to just not going to class. They're just not doing the right thing. It's just like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. That's just how it was, and it's just like that's my biggest thing in life, and like just learning things. Examples. You're gonna always see an example. It's just whether if you ignore it or you take it for what it is.
Yeah, I feel that. And so you played football as well. And what made you decide to go to college for something other than, you know, sports, football? You know, What made you become passionate about film?
It was really because in sports I was okay. Really I was good enough to be a player on the team and to get by, but it wasn't something I had to do really. It was just something that was cool. It was fun for me. It was fun through high school. It was not really a passion for me really.
Yeah.
With film, I just knew that I had a lot of things to say, and it was something I always wanted to do. Given that I stuttered, I know that I couldn't tell you, but I could show you.
Yeah.
So that's really where film came from. That I like to show people stuff, and I feel like that I just have a bunch of ideas to just stories that I've been through, that I've seen people go through, and it's just that haven't been told before, that no one ever seen or heard or anything. I feel like that should be that should be told.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And where are you going to school?
I'm going to attend Cal State Monterey Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. And that's in?
Around San Francisco area.
Okay. That's dope. So the next question is, what does success mean to you? Outside of money, cars, the fancy lifestyle, what does success mean to you? When you visualize a successful life, what does that look like?
For me, a successful life is long-term success, not just for yourself, but for your family. I feel like in the Black community, we struggle with that. We tend to live for ourselves, and when we die and perish, it's just everything we ever had, it goes with us. And, we don't really leave anything for our families other than material things. And I feel like all the other races, that's where they're ahead of us. Like parents leave their kids houses that are paid off, that they can rent out for whatever they want, and that's how they can live. Or parents leave their kids just different stuff, and that keeps their family keep going and ahead. And that's a successful life, because it started from somewhere, and that man or woman that I feel like started the foundation for the family, and that's what a successful life is. And it doesn't even have to be based off money, like you said, or fancy things. It could just be a man who worked hard his life and got a house and gave it to his family. That's a successful life to me.
I feel that. And property and
right.
whatever, it's real estate or a business or a company.
Right.
And I feel you on that one, because it's almost like we always had to hit the reset button. It's almost like get it and spend it and leave nothing behind. So I think that's powerful, to leave that legacy behind of something that you work for, that you can hand off to your family. I think that's real. So another question is, what are your thoughts on manifestation? Because in my life and my career, I've learned that the things that I say that I can do, I've actually been able to achieve them by believing and putting it out into the universe. And I know a lot of people tend to not believe in that. I just want to know, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer on manifestation, because I believe what you say has power. I believe in God, they talk about that in the Bible, about how the tongue has a lot of power in it, and really you determine your future. What you say, what you do is what's going to happen, really. So if you go on all day saying you're going to do this, somebody's going to believe you, and you believe in yourself because you say it all the time. So it's going to happen for you. Just as things bad, if you think you're going to do something bad, think bad about yourself, say bad stuff about yourself, that's going to result to your life, which is bad things. So I feel like that's important to grow and to succeed. Manifestation, the power that you have. Say what you want to do. You have to speak it to existence. Get it out into the universe, and just be that.
I agree. And another question is, so how important is routine to you, on a daily basis, having a set schedule as far as what time you wake up, what time you go to the gym, what time you set aside for prayer, or what time you set aside for friends and family? Because I realized in my life, in my career, that when I didn't have a schedule or a set things to actually do and accomplish, a lot of times I would waste too much time. So as a young person, young entrepreneur, businessman, what do you think on that? Like, what's your daily routine?
I feel like a routine and a set schedule is vital in your life, and I feel like things should be fresh and like new, but it should be in a time frame. Just like you said, you should give your time to important things like family, work, and just different things throughout your day, so you wouldn't waste time just freelancing things. But I feel like within that time, things should be, it's a word I say.
Is ruined. Like if you're 5 minutes late to the movies to see a movie, they don't want to do anything else. So I agree with you that on having to be spontaneous throughout that, because there's always going to be road bumps. Things are going to come up. Things are going to change. So if you're not living life knowing that it's subject to change, a lot of times that can cause you to have negative energy. So exactly. I definitely feel that, and you can feel the pressure on yourself if you're with somebody who doesn't live a spontaneous life. So,
and not like spontaneous completely. Like you should, like I said, you should have time frames and things you have to do. But within those time frames, if you like hanging with family, it should be a spontaneous time. And then with work, it should be scheduled work hours, but spontaneously doing your work. Like it should be fresh,
Yeah, so you can actually enjoy it.
Right.
I feel that. So the final question for the viewers out there who are just becoming familiar with you, if you had to describe who Noel is as a person and what Noel stands for, what would that be?
I think I stand for equality. I stand for like just to be normal, to live peacefully. I'm a very I wouldn't say boring, but I'm like a straightforward, plain person. I'm very relaxed. I don't want to have it all, but I want to be okay. I want to be content, and I want people that I know and love to be content too. I want them to be fulfilled with their wants and needs, and I feel like I'm very helpful. I feel like that it takes a lot to know yourself, and I've learned to be like a loving role model in my friends' lives, and to just be that positivity and that smart conscience. I feel like that's important in life, to be there for someone and be that reminder to be a good person every day. I feel like that'll take you far, and it's got me here, so I feel like I did all right.